So this is going to be part 2 of my wish list. Now, this section is going to be about gameplay and I think 2K's biggest problem, which is just transparency. You know, there's a lot of questions about gameplay that need to be answered. So let's just start off by talking about the gameplay. I think the spin layup animation where you do that little pick up the dribble and then that pivot is really annoying. That needs to be taken out of the game. I don't know how it happens. It's very inconsistent. I'm showing you guys a clip right here. I'm trying to get this animation on purpose, playing against Kendall Marshall, and he actually gets it too. So this animation, I don't understand. It's very inconsistent, and I don't know. It just doesn't make sense to me. In addition to that animation, sometimes you have that little hesitation animation and you just stop for whatever reason when you have somebody beat. And this one gets on my nerves so much because you make the right dribble move. You know, you use your basketball smarts and you make the right move, but you don't get rewarded. And I don't know what happened there. Maybe they were trying to avoid some cheese happening. I don't know. But this needs to be taken out of the game because this has frustrated me, to some crazy level. Anyways, one thing that they should add back into the game is off-ball movement. So the right stick you could use in NBA 2K15, you could cut, you could do fake cuts or whatever, but that's no longer in the game. They need to add that back in to be able to cut, especially for playing on the park or if you play off the ball in my career, just making good cuts. And I think there should be a badge for good cutters in the NBA because I don't think every NBA player is a good cutter, and I think that's a skill, you know, that's very rare. I think TJ Warren is a very good cutter and doesn't get enough credit for that. Obviously, Stephen Curry is a great cutter with his quickness, so I think that needs to be a badge in the game. One more thing, I think they should go back to the old substitution menu using the control pad to make your subs and showing the energy. So I'm going to show you guys what it used to look like in 2K11, and also the matchups menu you could access from the control pad as well. And that was really easy to just switch your matchups whenever you wanted to. It was a really easy and friendly user interface to do that, and they just made it really complicated with the right stick and whatever. I also think that they should improve the left stick passing, and I haven't been able to rely on this left stick passing using A since probably NBA 2K11, so I just need my faith restored in the left stick passing. So let's put that back in there. Some accurate passing, please. Also, I think the Euro step move needs to be improved. When you see a good Euro step move being made in the NBA, the defender kind of freezes for a second. You see this when you see Dwayne Wade, Manu Ginobili. Well, everybody's doing it now. If you see somebody make a good Euro move, there's kind of a freeze effect on the defender, and I think that needs to be highlighted a little bit more in the game. I also think that combo moves should be more prevalent in the game somehow. Maybe have some dribble modifier button to do that, because combo moves you see from Kyrie, Steph, those are a big part of the game, and I don't think these combo moves have the same effect when you actually do the dribbles. Like if you were to do a double behind the back, that doesn't do Stephen Curry's moves justice. When you see Kyrie do a in and out crossover, it doesn't do it justice in NBA 2K. I also think that there should be an animation to split pick and rolls. I should have said this first, as a matter of fact. This should have been first on my list. There should be an animation to split pick and rolls. I've seen high school players do this in high school games. If high school players can do this, then anybody in the NBA can do this. Any guard in the NBA can do this. When you split a pick and roll. So I'm going to show you guys 2 clips of Kyrie Irving in case you don't know what I'm talking about when you split the pick and roll. Now, this gives you an option to attack the pick and roll, and you're not able to do this in NBA 2K, and it just would bring a whole new dynamic to the pick and roll game. So I think this needs to be added as well. And I think that's actually just about it for gameplay additions. There's actually something I forgot in the last video, and I'm going to say it here. There needs to be a post moves practice like they had in previous games. So there needs to be, they have freestyle practice right now, but they need a post moves practice so I can practice my post moves. They used to have that in NBA 2K, but they took it out. That's just another small thing. So now let's talk about what I think is 2K's biggest problem, and that's transparency. There's a lot of questions that have gone unanswered gameplay-wise in NBA 2K. So let's start with badges. So we don't know exactly the effect that each badge has. We kind of used to. Back in NBA 2K13, they told us exactly what each badge does and how the probabilities were affected. Like, for example, the steal probability increases by like a certain percentage. I don't remember what it was when you have pickpocket. But now that we have badge tiers, we don't know the probability increase for bronze versus the probability increase for gold and silver. And that goes for all badges. You know, there's probability increases for different badges. So, for example, posterizer, you're more likely to posterize a player, obviously. When you have these ball handling badges, you're more likely to break somebody's ankles or make them hesitate or freeze. So we need to know these exact probabilities so that we know exactly what we're getting from these badges. And I'm going to show you guys pictures of, you know, what these badges did in NBA 2K13 and the exact effect that they had. Another thing that I've had a question about for a long time is, what category does a floater fall under? Is that a shot close? Is it a moving shot close? Is it just a regular layup? I don't know, but it's just something that I've never had the answer to. What does each pass rating mean in the game? So we have IQ, we have accuracy, and we have vision. I don't know the difference between all of these. Well, nobody's actually told us the difference between all of these or why some players have a higher pass accuracy rating than others. Like, how do you know that Chris Paul throws more accurate passes than, I don't know, Isaiah Thomas? You know, I don't know. That doesn't really make sense to me. We also don't know. I don't really have a problem with the fact that alley-oops were hard to complete in the game, but at least tell us what it takes to successfully complete an alley-oop. So what does the alley-ooper badge do exactly to the probability of completing an alley-oop? How does the hands rating, how's that involved with it? How's the dunk rating involved? How's vertical involved? I don't know what it takes to successfully complete an alley-oop. You know, how close do you have to be? How good of a passer does the passer have to be? Do you have to have the transition finisher, alley-oop finisher badge? I just need some clarity when it comes to that. Also, we need to know exactly how far away we are from earning badges in my career, and there's no way of knowing that exactly. You kind of just have to know what it takes to earn each badge and just pray that you actually earn the badge in each game. We also need to know how much it takes to rank up in the park. We don't know for sure. It's just a bar and it's blue. We don't know exactly what it takes to rank up. And that's kind of annoying too, because you can actually lose rep from playing games as well. I didn't know that before. But yes, we need to know exactly what we need to rank up. Also, there's something I discovered in NBA 2K16 that 2K never actually told us. So when you have a specific ball control rating, that affects the kind of step back move you do. So for example, I took Jamal Murray, who has an 81 ball control that I gave him. He does a certain kind of step back. When I switched to a Jamal Murray whose ball control rating I made 86, the step back move completely changes. It turns to a behind the back step back move. And I was wondering in my career how you get this step back move that goes behind the back, and it's all in the ball control rating. And I would have never known that if I had never tested that out myself. So I think 2K should have told us this in advance, because I probably wouldn't have made my player the way he is, because I wanted the step back move really bad, because Jamal Crawford could do it, but my shooting guard won't be able to do it because his ball control can't get high enough. So that does it for part 2. Keep it locked for part 3, because that is create a player improvements, and that's a long list.